What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Shonen Showdown. And y'all know what time it is. It's time for a mukbang. We got Dairy Queen with us.
Of course.
And we want to talk some One Piece. You know who's here. Introduce yourself.
It's me, Jarrod. You've seen me a couple times, I guess.
It's your boy Chris. What's up with y'all?
Uh-oh.
Anime Sundays checking in, you know. What's up? How y'all doing?
Alright, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Alright, so to start this off, I want to talk about the state of One Piece right now. I want to get into some power rankings.
Okay.
I want to talk about the end of Wano, what we think is going to happen.
Alright.
So who wants the floor? Let's do this. I'm ready.
So who we starting with? Like, we're gonna.
You want to start with some rankings in Wano, or you want to start with how it's
Prediction.
gonna end?
I guess we do prediction first.
Let me just tell you this. The way I'm looking at Wano right now, somebody's going to need to pull up for Luffy. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Absolutely.
Nah, I believe that. It's not looking. It's not looking good. It's not looking bright at all.
So here are some of my thoughts. I'm thinking Shanks might come through. I'm thinking Rayleigh might have a shot at coming through.
Okay.
Maybe Dragon. I think he's going to need, or maybe even Mihawk, because we know Mihawk is on the move now. I think Luffy's going to need somebody of that caliber if he wants to see Kaido. I'm just saying it right now. And Big Mom, and all her kids, and all of Kaido's people. Like, it's too much.
I mean, I agree with you. I do think, another ally is definitely needed. But I think that an ally is definitely needed specifically for Kaido. Because I feel like Big Mom is gonna be handled some other way.
Handled some other way? Which way is Big Mom gonna be handled?
I mean, right now she don't even have a memory. You know what I'm saying? We obviously know that's not gonna last too long. But I predict that there's a reason she lost her memory. And it may be so that she is not as much of like a oncoming force to the Straw Hats. I feel like that was how that kind of played out. I feel like she lost her memory so that later on something's going to happen to where she may not be focusing her attention on Luffy. It's basically what I feel like would be the smartest way if I was Oda to keep Big Mom off Luffy.
So basically, like, she gets the whole cake, like, altercation the whole time.
I mean, what if she just doesn't get that memory back? What if she gets all her other ones back? If she doesn't get that one.
Luffy barely escaped Whole Cake Island. Alright, let's be real. That man barely made it out of there alive. Alright?
Yeah.
Very small.
Shout out to Jinbei.
Huge shout out to Jinbei.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But Luffy definitely needs some help if he gonna face, because we already saw what happened when he squared up with Kaido. Right. So there's no round two, and it's just going to suddenly.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, trust me. If Big Mom is focusing attention on her, yeah, she's gonna need all the help he needs. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there may be a possibility of, with her memory being, wishy-washy like that she may not be focusing on Luffy. She may be focusing on something else. Maybe she's solely focusing on Kaido. You know what I'm saying? Things like that, I feel like might be a possibility.
I got a question for you. Do you think she will aid Luffy? Do you think she's gonna be a help, or do you think she's just like, because she lost her memory, she just out of the way?
I feel like it's possible that if she don't get her memories back, which is a stretch, but it's a possible if she doesn't get her memories back, then yes, I feel like she could definitely.
I can't see that.
Come out if she's how she is right now with little Okama girl and everybody
and Choppa. And
listen,
stuff, yeah.
Big Mom and Kaido have history. I cannot see them not working together. And listen, you got to remember, Kid is in the building. Law is there as well. There's a lot of worst generation members.
Not working together?
No, I can see them working together.
Really?
Yeah, not working together for the Straw Hats, I mean. But Kaido and Big Mom, I could definitely see them working together. They have history. So, and she has a reason to not like Luffy. Let's not forget what Luffy did at Whole Cake.
Of course.
let's not forget what Morgan said about Luffy in the newspaper because of what he did to Big Mom. Big Mom has a reason to pull up. There's a reason why she's in Wano.
She was on the way to. Was she not on the way for Kaido? Or she was on the way for Luffy.
She was on the way for Luffy.
I thought she was on the way.
That was all for Luffy.
Kaido. Is that why he called her? She called her?
No,
because he knew she was coming.
right.
Okay.
So it was like,
Kaido wanted to check her.
yeah, just check her. Like
don't be pulling up here.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But it was a full-on chase the whole time.
it's definitely gonna come down to where Big Mom sides at the end of the day. I don't see them both teaming up with each other for the Straw Hats. But
If they do, let's throw the hypothetical out there. If they do team up, how's the scenario gonna go?
Well, me, I told Rob before that I think it's possible the Marines might come.
I can see.
I think it's possible.
I don't think.
Wano?
Listen, I don't think the Marines
might
want.
come and try to take advantage of the man.
Yeah, I don't think they want no
smoke. That's what I'm saying, Chris.
So, like, yeah, I really don't think the Marines want like no smoking this because it's like Wano now.
It's hot.
Like the last time it was like this was when we was talking about like the War of the Best. All right, when Shanks was in the same place, but like shortly after Whitebeard. But it was when Shanks met up with Whitebeard that like, yo, the Navy was going crazy. Like, what are we gonna do? They're meeting up. What's happening? Da 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 da. Now it's Big Mom and Kaido. Like, there's just certain scenarios where it's just like, all right, let's just let the pirates fight with each other and figure it out. And then
they know what it is. They know what it is.
Two big bads right there. Not like Shanks and Whitebeard. They have some sense at least. Kaido and Big Mom, they'll probably wall out for no reason, just because they can. So that's a whole different scenario.
And we have so much more to learn about them too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just like backstories and stuff. It's like, all right, their relationship, where do they actually like originate from? You know what I'm saying? So it's like all those things like count and matter in the storyline. And it's just like, yo, it makes it even more difficult to predict like who's going to be the person to help Luffy. Yeah. Like, where's this help gonna come from? Because it's like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Luffy has Rayleigh in his back pocket.
I don't think Rayleigh's coming.
Why not? For a Big Mom Kaido?
I think Rayleigh has said, I have had enough with the nonsense that y'all boys have been
I'm trying to sit back.
going through. I think his mark was like, I'm gonna get you through the little plateau of, your 2-year training, but then that's it. I'm out this game. I'm gonna kick back on Saturday with my.
No, what? Time out.
I mean, he didn't put up to the war. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He left, bro, alone.
I might have to agree. You might have to take a seat back. At a point,
you think Rayleigh is just going to chill? First off, Rayleigh pulled up to Sabaody.
Yeah, but at a time, the mentor has to let a student do his own thing. He gave him the skills he needs for now to grow.
He pulled up to Sabaody to free some slaves.
No.
First of all,
he didn't pull up for.
I don't think Rayleigh's coming to win.
He did it to do justice. I feel like the pirate game.
Rayleigh is Team Straw Hat. He's Team Luffy.
Yeah,
if Luffy's in trouble, I could see Rayleigh pulling up. That is not an outrageous statement.
Then why didn't he pull up to the war? He was in for sure trouble, and we knew he was in trouble as soon as he broke that impel down.
Really?
I agree with. Okay, I agree with him there, because it's like, okay, Rayleigh is not going to fight Luffy's battles.
Yeah, he's not going
to do that. But at the same time, I
this
feel
is
like
Big Mom and
no. I get you. But I'm getting there. I'm like, but Luffy has to get to a level. We know this in One Piece. You got to get into a level where the superiors respect you enough to come to your aid. And I feel like that's what Rayleigh's waiting for.
Yeah.
Him to get to that level before he enters into the game again. Like, I don't think he's going to step in and baby Luffy. I think he's going to step in when Luffy's already, like, at a level where, like, past his training and stuff like that.
Like, he's more of like a companion instead of like a team.
He's more like Morgan's putting him in the newspaper as a 5th Yonko. What more?
Alright, stop. Whoa.
No, I'm not saying he is, but what more validation do we need?
I mean, the validation.
The newspaper had a question mark.
What more validation do we need for Rayleigh to come through?
I mean, the validation itself would be, I don't know, maybe defeating an emperor. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not like...
But this is a team of emperors.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
If it were just Kaido by himself, I could say, you know what, fine. Or Big Mom by herself. You're talking about Kaido and Big Mom teaming up? I feel like that's just way too much. You got it. Where's Shanks? Where's Dragon? Like,
I feel like Rayleigh, now, those other guys, very high possible. But I just feel like Rayleigh, you know, is in a different mindset with this pirate stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, his crew's disbanded, Roger's gone. Like, he only met Luffy because they were at the auction together. He's just doing social justices around the Grand Line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he obviously has a personal connection with Luffy because we know, like, you know, he's got Roger's hat, all that good stuff. But it's like, I don't believe that he is like, oh yeah, I'm watching over Luffy on the Grand Line, making sure he makes it to be King of the Pirates. No,
I don't think that either. But like, do you feel like he's out?
I still think he's in play.
It's tough because even when he was facing Kizaru, he was like, you know, I normally don't do this. This is normally like, you know, I normally stay out of this thing. Kizaru was like, oh, I'm shocked that you're in front of me right now. You care so much for these kids.
The timing was right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he came out because it was time.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like he happened to be there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He knew Kizaru was coming. He's seen the Straw Hat struggle. He's like, all right, I'm going to help out. But I don't feel like it was, you know, oh, this may be it for the Straw Hats in the New World. Let me, you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. Because I feel like the old generation has to usher in, give space for the new generation. You know, Marines are changing. We got Suzuki, Sarakui, or whatever his name is. You have Magma Guy as the new fleet admiral. Sengoku has took a seat back.
Sengoku's chilling.
Akaino's took a seat.
But that don't mean Sengoku can't.
I mean, doesn't mean that.
Okay.
Like for a big, like maybe final battle of One Piece. You know, like when everything's going down.
You
might see everybody come back.
Okay.
But like for these mini, like they're not mini, but like they're big battles.
Wait, hold on.
Compared to the final battle,
y'all are making it seem like two Yonko are not world changing. Anyway,
but it's not end of the series. We're not. You know,
neither was the War of the Best, but everyone was there.
No, that's an organized war though. But
this is Wano.
Wano is not.
Wano is like Kaido and Big Mom are in the building.
I'm saying Wano is more like things are just. It's a roller coaster. It's like a what's that word? It's like a roller coaster effect. Like things are just spiraling out of control on its own. It's not like, oh, we kidnapped somebody. Let's go to war and bring everybody.
You hand up all your people.
Time out.
Like, I need the fleet to come through.
I completely disagree. Listen, Luffy was in Zou.
Yes.
Right? He met up, you know, Raizo, Kinemon, all of them, and literally had a plan. Half of us go to Big Mom and wreak havoc. The other half go to Wano and wait for us to arrive. Wano is a plan. They were planning to go to war against Kaido. This was all written already. Law had the thing ready set. So now you guys are saying that, oh, this is just happening. This wasn't just happening. Like, this was a plan, and now Big Mom is a thing that's happening that's even worse for them, which is now it's like, all right, if we gotta fight both of them at the same time, this is equal to a War of the Best level type situation, which is why I don't even think the Marines, I agree with you, Chris, I don't think the Marines want any parts of this, because if they come into this war with two Yonko, the casualties will be astronomical. Like, they would not be able to recover from this. Who are you gonna throw in? Kobe and them? Like, come on, son. That's way too much. So at that time, they're out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the two Yonko fight out, and who's there? You got a couple of worst generation captains that are not bad, but I mean, when you're talking about two Yonko, that's gonna be very, very tough. And that's why I feel like somebody like a Rayleigh or a Mihawk or a Shanks or a Dragon, somebody with some type of affiliation to Luffy that I consider in the same bracket as a Yonko has to arrive, because there's not enough firepower for two Yonko.
Okay, but wait, so are we admitting that we feel like Luffy and all his crew and all the alliances that they have can take on one of them?
I don't know.
Which one? Wait, who are we talking about? Because Kaido and Big Mom are not equal footing.
You're right. But I'm saying, like, because you're only suggesting one person to come in and help. So it's like, who's going to come in and just hang with both of them?
I believe Shanks can hang with either one of them.
Both of them?
Not at the same time, but somebody's gonna have to man.
Because who else is gonna step up and be like?
Well, the worst generation is gonna have to probably fight team battle against one.
Here's my thing, bro. I want to go back real fast to what you said about this Wano arc scale battle, whatever you want to call it, being a greater significance than the War of the Best. I believe that in the grand line, the War of the Best is more significant.
No, I'm not saying it's more significant. I'm saying it's on that level though.
Right, but my point was the War of the Best was like a age defining battle. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like obviously yes, everyone and their grandmother's pulling up to this fight, but this is literally pretty much a straw hat and law problem. You feel me? Mm-hmm. This is the problem they have created themselves. If
Kaido or Big Mom dies, there's a huge shift in the Big Mom's territories. Listen,
right, and I understand that.
Wano with the smiles and
I'm not saying nobody's gonna pull up, but I don't think Rayleigh is gonna pull up.
Yeah,
but now, can you see Shanks pulling up?
I can see Shanks, definitely. But I also think that's more like I feel like Oda would wait a little longer for that. To be honest with you, Mihawk, I definitely think is a strong possibility. We see he's on the move. I mean, Corona has a thing for Zoro, right? Yeah. So he's on the move. Yeah. I mean, but if you ask me, and you know I'm always outrageous with the predictions, I think that Blackbeard is in the country, waiting to steal another devil fruit, and I think he is waiting to take another Emperor's devil fruit. And I think he is waiting to see who is going to come out on top, because I don't necessarily think it's going to be Big Mom and Kaido on the same side. I think they're going to clash heads. And if that happens, one of them is going down.
Well, let me ask you this. If you're saying that's about Blackbeard, and that's an interesting point. But do you think the Revolutionary Army is just chilling?
I mean,
they have beef. Blackbeard went to Baltigo.
Well, would they have beef with Big Mom and Kaido?
No. Blackbeard and the Revolutionary Army.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, remember Burgess exposed their hideout? So they have beef. You don't think Dragon's on the move or doing something? Dragon, they already left Baltigo. They already have operations. They have people moving. They sent some people to the Reverie. They're out there. They're moving. You know what I'm saying?
The Revolutionary Army's agenda always circles back to the Marines. So at the end of the day, even with their beef, I feel like they're going to prioritize whatever they're doing with Kuma and the Celestial Dragons. I feel like they're going to prioritize that and what's going on in Wano.
Blackbeard's attacking.
Okay, but interesting that you brought that up, right? Mm-hmm. So when we think about number one, I don't think Shanks is going to be involved in this because I think Shanks is focused on Blackbeard. Okay, so I think wherever Blackbeard leads is Shanks. Dragon, on the other hand, with the Revolutionary Army, I think there is so much value in Wano because the Navy has not been in Wano. It's been closed off. So I think that in some way, the Revolutionary Army is like, there's some connection to the history in Wano, right? That we still have to learn. So I think there's value in that, especially for Dragon. So I don't necessarily know if Shanks is going to pull up to save Luffy, though, because I think that he still has unfinished business with Blackbeard. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're intertwined, and I also think that Dragon could come to Wano because just the history of Wano. So I think he could pull up.
Yeah.
But I also think Rayleigh could pull up too.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I just feel like Rayleigh's as he is now and what he means to Luffy, I just don't see him pulling up right now. You know.
So who do you think? Do you think Luffy's gonna?
No,
1v1 Kaido.
No, I'm not saying that. I agree. If we can roll the tape. I agree. I don't know, man. But I agree that he needs help. He definitely needs someone.
So who's coming, Jarrod?
I can believe Shanks or Dragon. Like you said, I do agree with that. Like a strategical look at it, Wano is very a good place to take. Place untouched by Marines, resources, fighters there. It's a good strategical point if you want to plan out. If you can work something out with if say they win, the Straw Hat crew wins, it'll be a perfect point for him to have another base of operations away from Marines, basically untouched. Okay. So I do agree, 100% they need somebody. There's no way Luffy and Law are taking down Kaido and Big Mom. I don't see that happening nowhere soon.
Yeah. The only way that'd be is if Big Mom were to go against Kaido.
Yeah.
And that I also think is a possibility.
if there's like a triple threat, then that's different.
Because why would Kaido say that? Why would he say it's no biggie? She come through here. It's curtains for her as well. I feel like that had a little bit more hostility than just it's Big Mom. I ain't worried. Nah, I feel like it was more like I've been waiting to catch her slipping.
Because they both have the same goal of taking down Luffy. They both have a similar goal.